Multigenerational is a new vocabulary word that describes a hot new trend. Real estate expert Linda Craft is here to share why homeowners are choosing to combine resources to make housing more affordable and life easier to manage. So Linda, the term multigenerational gets thrown around quite a bit, but what exactly is it?
It's basically two or more families living under the same roof, and it's actually been around a long time. It just didn't have a name.
Okay.
You know, it started off with maybe a first floor guest suite or something that we repurpose like a basement or whatever to make it an apartment. But now it's a complete new design of housing that gives privacy, that gives dignity back to the aging parents because they have their own space.
Right.
And a lot of reduced financial stress and emotional stress and worrying about your household.
Gotcha. This is a really big change in housing, right? So why do you think it's become so popular?
You know, there's always been a need for a place for grandma and grandpa to stay. But when you think about the economic downturn of 2008, everybody kind of refocused. And life is such that everything costs more money. So you have everybody's living longer, right? The cost of health care, the cost of assisted living has gone up, the cost of daycare has gone up, kids are getting out of school with huge student loans.
Right.
The economy has changed, the times have changed, and builders are actually taking notice of that and rolling out a whole new design in housing.
Wow, this is fascinating. Okay, so how are these multi-generational homes different than the traditional home with the in-law suite?
So, you know, in the old way was that we would sort of repurpose what we had. We would try to take mom and dad and their household, their whole life, and stuff them into a first floor guest suite.
Right.
Or we would reconfigure a basement apartment, and of course you still had steps and terrain. So the new design gives them complete privacy. They may have a private entrance, not that you would see it when you look at the house, it just looks like a normal house. They would have a kitchen and a family room and a bathroom and a door that they could close to have their own truly separate quarters, where the way that we used to have it, you had the communal kitchen, you had the communal family room. So really no one in a family, when you brought two families or more under one roof, had privacy. And a lot of our aging parents lost dignity, you know, because they don't have a place of their own.
Right, because they are still adults.
They are, and they, you know, they want privacy just like you and your husband want privacy.
Exactly.
So the new design gives each person a place to live without encroaching on other people and having that sense of well-being. If you have to worry about an elderly parent, you're always worried if they're living alone. You know, that goes away in these new homes.
Are these homes more expensive to buy?
That's a great question. So they're going to be a little bit more in some cases because you're going to pay for an extra kitchen and maybe an extra bathroom. But overall, the design is that the space that was wasted to begin with, that you no longer needed, is now moved over to the apartment, if you will. And when you consider that many people are selling their homes, pooling their resources together to buy one home, it is a huge savings because you're only paying taxes one time, utilities one time, maintenance one time, and one house payment.
Right. Okay, what about financing and resale values on these multi-generational homes?
Yeah, so interesting. You got two people living, you know, in one home, but it's the same financing as if you were buying a regular home.
Oh, okay.
5% down, 10% down. It's very easy to get in. Resale is going to be huge because when you look at the number of baby boomers that are aging, going to need that long-term care, and the number of what I call boomerang kids, where they've gotten out of college and they can't get a job or they can't afford a place on their own and paying off those student loans at the same time. I mean, the need is just so great right now to pool some resources. So it's only going to become something that's even in more high demand than it is right now because of the population.
Great information, Linda. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
If you are looking to save some money, plan for the future, and want to learn more about your real estate choices, call the experts at Linda Craft and team or go to lindacraft.com/GenHome to learn more.